Hello, the weakness of the internet, which has just happened. Okay, this is the second part. Let's go back. Things to observe in the essay. Do not use I, my, we, our in the body. Do not use every, no, all with something because they mean an absolute case which is 100 or 0%, and that's an impossible way. An impossible thing. You may use a huge charge for admission while others are free. Do you think the advantages of charging people for admission to museums outweigh the disadvantages? The first thing you do is that you need to outline what you are going to talk about and at the same time make your opinion very clear. This is precisely what you need to do to make it clear to the examiner what you think about the question, and also helps them to follow the rest of your essay. How to do that? The first thing you do is that to paraphrase the statement. Paraphrase means rewrite the statement in other words giving the same meaning. For example, here, many museums charge for admission while others are free. You start with, some museums have an admission charge while some do not. Then after that, write in my opinion, comma. In my opinion, comma. Then you give your opinion clearly with at least one or two reasons. The drawbacks of an entrance fee are eclipsed by its benefits in the sense that the income will be plowed back into operation and development of the museums. Let me repeat how to write the introduction, which is really important. Firstly, you paraphrase the statement. Paraphrasing means rewriting the sentence or the statement giving the same meaning. Some museums have an admission charge while some do not. This is how I paraphrased, or how we can paraphrase the statement. Then after that you write this expression, in my opinion, with a comma. The drawbacks of an entrance fee are eclipsed by its benefits. This is the opinion. I expressed my opinion clearly. Now let's come to the reason. In the sense that the income will be plowed back into operation and development of the museums. This is the reason. Now, after we finish that, we come to the body. The body is usually consisted of two paragraphs. One paragraph to be with and one paragraph to be against. It's not important which one comes first. The first thing I did here, I talked about the disadvantages. Then the second paragraph, I will talk about the advantages. When we write our paragraph here, especially in the body, we give a main sentence. After giving the main sentence, we support it by details. After supporting it with details, we come to give an example to the details. Then we conclude the sentence. The conclusion sentence could be as the same as the first one with paraphrasing it. Let me read. A major disadvantage of an admission fee is the possibility of reducing the number of visitors. This is the main sentence. I've talked about the disadvantage of admission fee. That means of entering money. Okay, here. Then after that, I supported it with details. Here, museums house exhibitions and artifacts of a great educational and historical value. If the chief aim of a museum is to introduce the local community, admission should be free to the public and visitors. I supported it with details and with a reason. Here, Then I started giving an example. Take some folk museums in Hong Kong, which preserve historic relics and display folk customs. For example, admission to these folk museums, which are often monuments, is free of charge. If they had charged an entrance fee, many might have turned to other activities. This is the first paragraph of the body. Now let's come to the second paragraph of the body. Here, granted, an entrance fee might have a negative effect on the admission figures, but an income is favorable to museums in terms of operation. Museums feature educational exhibitions at times, and this could not have been done without a sum of money expended on hiring professionals and buying equipment. Now let's come to the example. The Hong Kong Space Museum, for instance, has monthly exhibitions on different issues, and professional docents are employed to take visitors on a guided tour around the museum. This example speaks volumes about how a reasonable admission charge is advantageous to the operation of a museum. After finishing the body, we go to the conclusion. What's the conclusion? The conclusion is here. The conclusion is rewriting the introduction. The conclusion is rewriting the introduction in a different way, giving the same meaning. We start with in conclusion, comma. In conclusion, comma, the disadvantages of an admission fee are overshadowed by the benefits occurring from a stable source of income. This is my opinion. It's as the same as the opinion I gave in the introduction. Then after that, we write this phrase. Is really important. Therefore, comma, having weighed up the pros and cons, I'm convinced that. Therefore, comma, having weighed up the pros and cons, I'm convinced that. Now we continue by rewriting the statement but in another way. Museums should charge an entrance fee for the sake of operation and development. I wrote now my opinion in a different way. Let me repeat that. In the conclusion, we give the result. How? By rewriting the introduction with the opinion in a different way, but you need to restate your opinion. We start with in conclusion, comma. Then we write here, the disadvantages of an admission fee are overshadowed by the benefits occurring from a stable source of income. I gave the reason here. I explained the reason here, but in a different way. Therefore, please, I want you to memorize this expression. Therefore, comma, having weighed up the pros and cons, comma, I'm convinced that. Here to restate your opinion and the reason. Museums should charge an entrance fee for the sake of operation and development. I re-expressed my opinion with the reason but in a different way. Now, let's give what we have learned. Introduction. In the introduction, we paraphrase the question, paraphrase the statement. Paraphrasing means rewriting the sentence in a different way, giving in different words, giving the same meaning. In the paraphrasing, you don't have to rewrite it 100%. You may just reverse it and change 2 or 3 words. That would be more than enough. Then you write the thesis statement. How to write the thesis statement? We write, in my opinion. You need to write your opinion in the introduction. It's really important. After paraphrasing the statement, comma, you write your opinion clearly with a reason or two reasons. After that, you write the body. In the body, you write a main point. In the body of the first paragraph of the body, you write a main point. Then you explain this point. You support it by 1-2 sentences with a reason. Then you give an example. Then you write the opposite opinion. Also main point, explain the main point, then an example. Then conclusion. The conclusion is a summary of main ideas and opinion. The conclusion is a summary of main ideas and opinion. Now, I will repeat the most important point. How to write an essay? We write it in the indented way. That means we leave a space of 2 words of the first line for each paragraph. This is really important. This is how they look at it, really ordered and organized. In this case, you will get more points for this skill. Then after that, you write the introduction, body, and conclusion. This is how we write the essay. Before that, I want to mention things to avoid. Do not use I, my, we, our in the body. In the body. The second and the third paragraphs, do not use any of these expressions. In the entire essay, do not use every something, no something, all something, because it means an absolute case, 100% or 0%, and that's an impossible case. You may use a huge number of something, a lot of something, or any suitable use instead. Do not give any percentage or any specific number without relating it to an actual study, a real study, survey or report. So avoid using that. And instead of saying, for example, 75%, you may say a huge number of blah blah blah. Okay, now let's come to the introduction. This is the statement: many museums charge for admission while others are free. How to write the introduction? The first thing you do is that you write the head sentence, which is paraphrasing the statement. That means rewriting the statement, in other words, giving the same meaning. As I said, and I'm repeating it, do not rewrite it 100%. No, you may just reverse it and change 2 or 3 words. That would be really great. For example, some museums have an admission charge while some do not, which gives us the same meaning as the statement. Then after that, you write in my opinion, comma, you write your opinion with 1 or 2 reasons. Now let's come to the body. In the body, you need to make it 2 paragraphs to be more organized and in a better way. The first paragraph will be an opinion which is with yours or against yours. The second paragraph will be the opposite one. If the first paragraph is with your opinion, the second one will be the opposite, and vice versa. When you write the paragraph of the body, you give a clear sentence, a head sentence for it. Then you explain this sentence by supporting it with a reason or 2 reasons. Then you give an example. After that, the second one, the opposite of the first one, with the same thing. Then you write the conclusion. In the conclusion, you start with in conclusion, comma. You restate the introduction with restating your opinion. As I mentioned here, the disadvantages of an admission fee are overshadowed by the benefits occurring from a stable source of income. I wrote here the opinion which I go with. Then I said this expression. Please, I want you to memorize this expression to make your conclusion flourished and enriched with a lot of uses. Therefore, comma, having weighed up the pros and cons, comma, I'm convinced that I'm restating my opinion here. Museums should charge an entrance fee. I rewrote here my opinion with the reason, but in other words, for the sake of operation and development. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Wish you that got the benefit here. Okay. That was Mr. Haidar Qasir with you. Please write any questions if you like in the comments. Thank you very much. I'm having here Mr. Diya Hannoun and Ms. Noor Rida. Mr. Diya Hannoun saying, good day Mr. Haidar. The screen not clear, too much shadow, only sound very clear. And Ms. Noor Rida is saying, you can increase the quality from the video setting, it will improve. Thank you very much. I want to mention one thing for you, Mr. Diya and Ms. Noor. Really, and I'm not joking here, to tell the truth, that I'm not that good with computers, especially with these things, so I will ask people, those who can do that, to teach me how to do it. I'm sorry that I'm not that good with improving the quality. I will ask people to teach me how to do it, and I will do my best for you. I mean, I don't mean for you precisely. This shoe means for everyone. Thank you very much. Okay, thanks very much, Mr. Diya, and thank you very much, Ms. No. Okay, bye everybody. Wish you all the best.